Hello and welcome to a special live athlete announcement broadcast. I'm Tarquin Cooper and I'm going to be talking through the lineup for next year's race, and what a lineup it is. All afternoon we've been revealing the athletes. So far we've shared the names of 31. Let us know what you think. Did we pick your favourite athlete? Was there someone we missed? Let us know what you think. So we've revealed 31. Is there anyone else perhaps? Well, in fact, I can reveal that there are still two more athletes to be announced, and they are from Switzerland. Really exciting, this one. We have Yael Margelisch, and all the way from Great Britain, we have Steve Bramfitt. And both those guys are waiting in the wings. We're going to talk to them in a minute, so stay tuned. And of course, if you've got any questions for Yael or Steve, let us know, send us a question. But first, I'm just going to give a little bit of a rundown on the lineup, because it's very exciting, because the key stories are that both France and Switzerland are looking very, very strong, more athletes than ever before. So in Team France, we've got Maxime Pinault and Benoit Outez, obviously. Interesting that neither Gaspard Petiot nor Antoine Girard applied this year. So it's almost like they've sort of retired, stood aside and let the fresh talent come up. So in Team France now, that includes Damien Lacaze, and that's really exciting because he supported Benoit in 2017. He's Antoine's wingman and has done a lot of adventures with Antoine in the Himalayas, some really crazy stuff. So he's a very, very strong athlete. Now, also, we've got the world acro champion, Theo de Blic. What do you think about that? He's selected. Clearly, he can do infinity tumbles, but the question for Theo will be, can he do infinity hiking? Hour after hour, day after day. That's the question. Of course, he's not the only, he won't be the first acro pilot we've had in the race. You may remember that Paul Takats has an acro background, and he did extremely well. And he's not the only athlete in this year's race from a acro background. Also, another rookie is Nicola Donini from Italy, who's an acro champion and son of Luca Donini, big Italian legend. That's all very exciting. Switzerland also looking very, very strong. It's really the story of Kriegel's protégés, because you've got Patrick von Kernel, also Hannes Kampf, who've come up through his sort of X-Alps academy, and of course Yael, who we're going to talk to in a minute. Stay tuned. Other familiar faces we've seen in the 2021 lineup. Of course, the Red Bull X-Alps wouldn't be the Red Bull X-Alps without Thomas Coquinaire. This will be his 10th edition. Unbelievable as it is. Of course, we've also got Tom de Dorlido is back again, and many other familiar faces. Of course, Paul Guschelbauer representing Austria, along with Simon Oberauner. We've got Nick Nenens is back. Gavin McClurg is back again. Interestingly, we've got all the way from Holland, we have Ferdy van Shelven. He didn't do the last race, but he's done 4 editions, so this will be his 5th time in the race, perhaps looking to relive that famous duel he did with Simon Oberauner at the end of 2017. So lots of familiar faces, lots of new faces, 13 rookies in this year's lineup. Gavin was actually a bit concerned that he was going to be one of the oldest athletes if he was selected. Well, Gavin, I can tell you have nothing to fear, because also in the lineup, it's all the way from Japan, Kaori Ogisawa, who will be 61 years old at the start line. So that's just incredible. He will be old enough to be the grandfather of the youngest competitor, who is Tom Friedreich from Austria. So it's great to see Tom. He's supported Simon Oberauner in the last couple of editions. So altogether, it's a great lineup. And of course, let's not forget the other big takeaway of the 2021 edition are the female athletes. Now, Kinga is back. Last time she demonstrated that she's really got the mindset and the skill set to do well in this race. And then we've got from France, we've got Laura Genovese. and from Switzerland, Yael Margelisch, who between them, they have numerous podiums at the PwC World Cup and records. So they are both two world-class athletes and definitely ones to watch. So really, we should probably waste no time and try and chat to Yael, so see if we can find her. Of course, send us. Thanks for the thing about my hair. Yes, I did brush that. Got any questions for Yael? Please do put them in the questions. Yael, hello.
Hello. How are you?
Yes, good, great. So, congratulations.
Thanks.
How does it feel?
Finally. Yeah, it feels great. I'm really happy to be selected, and when I see the lineup, I think it's going to be a really interesting year, interesting edition. So I'm really excited now.
So yeah, let me get this right. You have flown 500 kilometers. You've done 300-kilometer triangles in the Alps. You have what, 11 plus podiums in the World Cup. You obviously got serious intentions for the Red Bull X-Alps.
Yeah, of course. I mean, my flying skills, I'm pretty aware of what they are, and I can go really far if I want. So that's good, and yeah, I have a good expectation, but always depends on the weather and the hiking side also. So yeah, let's see.
How do you feel about the bad weather aspect of the race? Because of course, this is a race where you have to go every day. You can't wait for good weather.
Yeah, of course. But the only thing is, I'm concerned is that if it's too much raining for days, maybe I will have pain in my knees, and that's what I'm most worried about, like being not able to go much forward. But let's see. Normally it's okay.
And do you think this is a race where women can compete equally with men? Do you feel like you're in any way at a disadvantage?
I'm personally, I know that I'm not as good as the men, so I think I have a disadvantage.
We've got a question here, just someone asking what glider you're going to fly.
I'm flying the Zeolite S, and I have to gain a bit of weight because I'm quite light for it now.
Excellent. And what's your feeling of the rest of the lineup?
Yeah, I'm happy to see many pilots that I know, and also in the rookies, in the Swiss guys also, and yeah, I think it's getting stronger every year, every 2 years, I mean, and yeah, let's see. It's crazy.
Some questions. Are you training with Kriegel?
So I'm part of the X-Alps Academy that he founded, but he's not living very close to my house, so I'm taking some information and some, of course, experience he has in the race. And I'm not training a lot with them, like doing physical training or so on.
Do you also get some race advice from Clement Latour, because you know him as well very well? Is that right?
Yeah, I know him pretty well. He's my boyfriend. So yeah, of course, he's pushing me a lot because he knows what I'm able of in the air. So yeah, he's giving me strong advice, and also one of my assistants will be Michael Vici, who I was supporting in 2015. So it's going to be really interesting, and also with the experience of the race, I think it's making a big difference.
Why do you want to do the race?
It's been always a dream of mine. Like, it's the most crazy thing you can do, like crossing the Alps with your paraglider and your feet. And I've always been interested in this race, and now I felt ready. So yeah, it's time to realize a dream.
And tell us a little bit about what the training you're going to be doing over the winter, because you're a ski instructor, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a ski instructor. So in the winter, mostly I'm doing some ski touring. And this year I'll try to work as less as possible train as much as possible and be ready for June.
Excellent. Well, we can't wait to see you there. Let's just see. I'm just going to pull up, see if we've got any other questions that have come in. I'm just going to have a look. No, not so many. Oh, what age? We've got a question here from Eric Koenberg. What age did you start flying?
I started, I was 19, so it's 10 years ago.
So that's quite late by some standards.
Yeah, before that, my parents didn't allow me to fly because I was always crashing and always in bicycle, always hurting myself, and they didn't think it was a real good idea to let me fly.
Is there anything that scares you about the race? Anything that you feel sort of intimidated by?
Yeah, as I told before, I'm just scared about getting pain knee in the race, and yeah, it would be the worst thing for me because you involve so much time and money, and you expect so much of this race that it would be a shame. But I will do everything that for me that's possible to avoid this.
Yeah. One other thing that I didn't mention in my intro is that Thomas Turelat is back as Kriegel's supporter. He supported Kriegel in the first years, and he'll be supporting him again this year. I gather he's been helping you as well.
Yeah, it's been now 5 years that Thomas is coaching me mostly for the competition side, like PVC and so on. So till now we did a really great job together, and I'm really happy to continue this job. My decision to register to the Red Bull X-Alps was also decided together with Thomas, because you always have some fear and you don't know exactly, and it was really, it's helping me a lot, and he keeps helping me, and I think I hope he will time to answer some little question during the race if we have some.
Will he be allowed to? He can't give you advice as well, can he?
Yeah, sure.
Well, look, thank you so much. We're getting lots of comments from fans on the feed, so wishing you all the best. Thank you very much for joining us. And I know that we have Steve waiting in the wings, so we're going to catch up with Steve now. So we're going to say bye-bye, Yael, for now.
Bye. And Steve told me in August that he was not competing, so I wonder what made him change plans.
Okay, well, that's going to be the first question I ask him. So,
bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Right. Let's try and find Steve now. And let's try and pull him up. Here he is, Steve Bramfitt. Send request. Let's pull him up into the machine. Let's have Steve. Here he is.
Hey, how are we doing, Tarquin?
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So you're probably listening in. I was just talking to Yael there, and she said that apparently back in August you told her you weren't going to do the X-Alps. So what's changed your mind?
Well, I just didn't want to spread it too much at the time. Like, I signed up quite early, but I didn't really want to.
Oh, tactical.
Get the whole questions and the nerves racking too early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, so you're representing Great Britain. We haven't had an athlete from Britain for 5 years. So no pressure.
No pressure. No. I think the last guy was Steve Nash in 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about why you want to do the race.
Just a rad adventure. I've looked at it since I first started paragliding, and just a cool way to travel across the Alps from Salzburg to Monaco with a bit of fabric on your feet.
Just getting a message from Tom Payne. He's said, "Go, Steve." I think he's supported you in a race, hasn't he?
Yeah, Tom supported me in the Xpur in 2018. Yeah, he did really well. I think that's one of the hard things for the race. Like, Tom was doing the job of two people. He was driving and supporting, and he had a real. I think you need more safety for the supporters to have like at least one driver and one to look after me.
Tom reckons you could make top 10. Do you think you could? Is that possible?
It's always hard to judge a result on someone else's ranking. So who knows? It depends on the weather, the race, the hiking. As Yael was talking about, if it's a hiking race or if it's a flying race, or if you get lucky on a climb or unlucky.
Yeah. Just a couple of comments come through saying that the sound quality is not great, so we might have to shorten this interview. I can hear you perfectly, but let's carry on and see if it takes a turn south. We might have to end it. Someone just saying, great hairdo. What are you eating? What are you planning to eat and drink during the race? That was a comment just now.
What to eat and drink on the yeah, whatever I can get down me. It's normally quite hard to eat. In the X-Pro, I was eating baby food just because it was quite easy to digest.
We got someone called Stephanie saying, "I love you, Steve."
Well, there we go. Cheers, Steph. That's the supporter of my mate's girlfriend.
Excellent. So, look, Steve, I hope you don't mind me bringing this up, but I looked at your application form, and under mountaineering experience, where most athletes sort of put that they've climbed the north face of the Eiger, or they've summited Mont Blanc, you put that you've watched Cliffhanger twice.
Yeah, I watched it twice. It's quite good preparation, Cliffhanger. Gets you right on the edge.
Did you learn the second time? Was there something that you picked up on this?
Hold on tight and go for the ride.
Interestingly, you've got a varied adventure background. You're also a wingsuit flyer. Tell us a little bit about that. With
being in base for quite a few years, this season I took a step back from it quite a bit and more focused back on the flying. But yeah, just like being in the mountains and having fun.
How does it compare launching from a wingsuit to a sketchy takeoff with a paraglider?
Pretty similar. Yeah, it's sort of like a currency thing, I guess. I don't really do sketchy launches with the wingsuit, and try not to do so many with the paraglider either.
That's good.
Yeah.
As you're planning ahead for the race, do you have a goal in mind? What's your sort of strategy?
2 goals. First goal is to have fun with my team, because at the end of the day, it's just a big game. And obviously, the second role is to get to Monaco as quick as possible.
You're representing Great Britain, but I think in saying that you've never actually flown in the UK. Is that right? You're based in the Alps.
Yeah, that's correct. So I learned to fly in New Zealand in, I think, 2008. But I've been based in Interlaken in the Swiss Alps for the past 10 years. Yeah, so this is kind of my playground here.
So I'm just checking for any questions. If anyone out there got any questions for Steve, we'd love to hear from you. Just stick them in as a comment. Yeah, Cross Country Magazine, the Queen will be watching. We'll make sure we set up live. We'll set up live tracking in Buckingham Palace for her to follow you. Is there anything that really intimidates you about the race?
I'd say probably similar to Yael, really. Like if there's a stint of bad weather where you're on the ground hiking for long duration. Injury, obviously knees and hips when you're hiking for so long, that's definitely intimidating. Switzerland and in the Alps, the föhn, the weather, the wind and stuff. Yeah, but I think these are also problems flying in this sort of races.
And who's going to be supporting you?
So I've got a work colleague, Matthias. He's the main supporter. And then I've got a friend from England, Lance Mayer. He's going to come along and help with the driving and the logistics. And 2 other ones potentially. Yeah, Daniel. He's my girlfriend's stepdad.
Well, Steve, we'll look to wrap up there. I just heard the audio just glitch a little bit, but it's been fantastic talking to you. Congratulations again. Good luck with all your training. and seeing you next year. I'm laughing because I just think someone saying, who's supporting your hairdo? Lots of comments about the hair.
It's pretty, it's out there.
So I'm going to you, Steve. So thanks a lot, and see you again next year.
Cheers. See you soon.
So to everyone else still watching, thank you for supporting us and watching all the fun this afternoon. Let us know what you think. Who are you supporting? Who are you pleased? Are you upset? Did we miss someone? Let us know in the comments. And we'll see you again next year. The next big announcement will be the route being announced, and that won't be until March. But until then, we'll be talking all things about the race on the website, getting to know the athletes, and putting stuff out on social channels. So thanks for joining us, and thanks for all your comments. We'll see you again soon.